Gurubhyo Namaha. The second Peetam is Kanchi Kamakshi, Kamakshi Kanchikapure, which has been mentioned in the 18 Ashtadasha Shakti Peetas. This is the second one, where the Adi Shankaracharya wrote Saundarya Lahari, a famous work on Kamakshi Devi here in the temple premises. So let us start this episode by chanting the first shloka of Saundarya Lahari. Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum Nache Devam Devo Nakhalu Kushalas Panditumapi Atastvamadhyam Harihara Virinchadi Birapi Pranantum Stotum Va Khatamakruta Punya Prabhavati. The history behind Kanchi Kamakshi temple is counted among one of the Shakti Peetas. This is the place where the navel or nabi of goddess Sati fell when Lord Vishnu's Sudarshana Chakra touched goddess Sati's body. The temple is also believed as the center of the earth or eastern hemisphere. There is a belief that after taking birth for killing Asura Bhandasura, Devi sat here taking Kanya Swarupa. The idol is Swayambhu here, which signifies it has appeared and not created. She is believed to have 3 Swarupas here in the temple. These include Stula, Sukshma and Shunya. Goddess Kamakshi created the mud idol of Lord Shiva in Kanchi to worship him. To test her worship, Lord Shiva incarnated himself as Kamba river that has high tides, but the goddess did not let the mud idol erode away in tides. She grasped it closely with her hands. She also prayed on a needle tape that is surrounded by 5 fires, that is Panchagni, to free her from the livelihood interest. Lord Shiva became happy with her worship and married her. There are various Shiva temples in Kanchi, but Sri Kamakshi Amman temple is only one with the goddess sanctum. 8 Shakti goddesses also surround the temple. There is a standing image of Kamakshi Devi in gold. This is a pose in which she prayed, and she is also referred as Bangaru Kamakshi. There are several stories linked with Kanchi Kamakshi temple. Rishi Durvasa overcame his curse after worshipping and praying to Kamakshi. Later, he installed Sri Chakra here and wrote Saubhagya Chintamani Kalpa, which is also known as Durvasa Samhita. He has written a detailed way in this about how to worship Kamakshi Devi. Today also, the worship is done exactly as it is mentioned in the Saubhagya Chintamani Kalpa, written by Durvasa Rishi. The sanctum of goddess Kamakshi remained very hot. That signified her Raudra Rupa. It was only when Sri Adi Shankaracharya pacified her and kept Sri Chakram there and wrote Saundarya Lahari on her, she came to peaceful form. There are many stories related to this temple. Ayodhya's king Dasharatha performed Putra Kameshti Yagam here in Kamakshi Amman temple as Devi's Nabhisthanam was fallen here. Within few months, King Dasharatha had children. Since then, there became beliefs that childless couples get children after praying here. And also, she became the Kuladevi of Ikshvaku Vamsha. This story of Dasharatha performing Putra Kameshti Yagam in the temple is referred in the Markandeya Purana. There is another story of Mookan, that means a dumb devotee visited the temple and begged goddess for freeing him from dumbness. He wanted to perform poems in the praise of goddess. She freed him from dumbness and gave him the power to think and create poetry. He also wrote poetry, Mooka Panchashati, in 500 verses, praising about the goddess, beauty and grace. Kamakshi Devi is graceful as she blesses childless couples with children, converts dumb to poets, and also provides wealth to her honest devotees. She destroys evil and prospers goodness throughout the entire world. Goddess Kamakshi Murti in the sanctum, it is called as Gayatri Mantapa, where the goddess sitting in a Padmasana posture that resembles lotus. Her seat is Panchabrahmasan. In her forearms, she holds sugarcane, bow, and lotus, and divine chakras, Pasha and Ankusha. A Chandrapirai, the moon-like structure, is there on her forehead, and a parrot is also there near her. She is adorned in beautiful and bright saris always and also has the Shrungara. A silver-colored pillar is also present in the sanctum. The pillar has a hole that represents navel, where childless couples pray to be blessed with children. You can also see yoni-shaped carving in front of goddess Kamakshi idol. Sri Chakra is there inside it. As per the scriptures, Devi sits on the top Bindu and 8 Vag Devis are there around Sri Chakra. Sri Chakra carved in stone is difficult to see as it is always covered with fresh pink lotus flowers. The sanctum here has 4 walls which represents 4 Vedas, and also the Gayatri Mantapa here has got 24 pillars which represents Gayatri Chandasu, which has got 24 letters. You can also see Arupa Lakshmi and Varahi on the main idol's left side. Vishnu and Swarupa Lakshmi are on the right side of the idol. Bilvadwara is the name of the door that leads to the main sanctum. One can also perform puja inside the sanctum and offer kumkum to Arupa Lakshmi and also take some kumkum as prasadam with you, which increases your beauty. The story behind Arupa Lakshmi in Kanchi Kamakshi temple is, once Lord Vishnu and Mother Mahalakshmi were discussing about the sins and good deeds of human beings and their illusions about material achievements. During the course of the talk, the subject turned on beauty and personality. For fun, Goddess Lakshmi talks about the dark complexion of Mahavishnu, which was derived from the Milky Ocean churning when he was in a Kurmavatara, due to the effect of Halahala poison. Now, the Vishnu got angry and he cursed Mahalakshmi to become formless, and she lost the beauty and also she became formless. Now Lakshmi was very much distressed at this and prayed to Goddess Kamakshi to grace her with the lost beauty. Sri Kamakshi consoled her and asked her to remain to the left of a Sannidhi situated in Gayatri Mantapa of Kamotsavam in Kanchipuram, so that her devotees would receive her Kumkuma Prasadam and offer it to her. By its efficacy, she would regain her lovely form. She asked Lakshmi that in return she would bestow all prosperity on them. Goddess Lakshmi submitted to her will and regained her lovely form. Thus the Arupa Lakshmi became Saundarya Lakshmi. Lord Vishnu also realized his mistake meanwhile in cursing his consort Sri Mahalakshmi in haste and came to Kanchi to appease her. He was delighted to see her in Gayatri Mandapam in her original beauty, but he wanted to look at Lakshmi without being noticed by her. Though he approached her stealthily, she took notice of him. Bold of being under the shelter of goddess Kamakshi, she even ventured to call Vishnu, who was stealing a look at her, as Kalva, meaning a thief. Hence, Lord Vishnu, dwelling adjacent to Saundarya Lakshmi in Gayatri Mantapam in the temple premises, came to be called as Kalvar. Kalvar Sannidhi is one of the 108 Sri Vaishnavite shrines, and Tirumangai Alvar has sung in praise of this deity. I'm so grateful to talk about the sage who was called as the walking god of Kanchi, that is Mahaperiyar or Paramacharya, His Holiness Jagadguru Shankaracharya Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swamigal. Kanchi Paramacharya was affectionately known as Periyava and also Nadamadum Daivam. He is referred as Parameshwara Swarupam by everyone. His devotees have experienced countless miracles in their life. He had Lokakshemam, that is welfare of the world, in his mission, Vedarakshanam, that is protecting and studying of Vedas. So he encouraged many Vedic schools in India, and also Gorakshanam, protecting of cows, was his main focus. He majestically headed the Kanchi Shankaramata in Tamil Nadu for more than 8 decades. Kanchi Mahaperiyava had a spiritual leadership. He was the 68th Shankaracharya of the Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham, a prominent Hindu monastic institution. His leadership and teachings have inspired countless devotees. His philosophy and teachings are importance of the dharma, that is righteousness, has advocated for a simple spiritual life. He taught the significance of devotion to God and the practice of selfless service. He has done many miracles to his devotees, and also he has promoted the Sanatana Dharma amidst the modernization, and to preserve the cultural heritage, he has done lot of social work. And also his teachings continue to influence many spiritual leaders and followers even today. Institutions and organizations dedicated to his teachings, such as Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham, work to carry forward his legacy. He has respect across the communities. Overall, Kanchi Mahaperiyava's profound spiritual insights, humanitarian efforts, and the deep devotion towards Kanchi Kamakshi Tayar has inspired many lives, and also his beloved spiritual leader in India. One small miraculous stories of Mahaperiyava. This happened in Velur few decades ago. A small 4-year-old child goes into coma after an attack and was admitted to CMC Hospital Velur. As days passed, his condition showed no signs of improvement, and neither did doctors recommend hope as the child forgets even to eat. Then the kid's uncle, a devotee of Mahaperiyava, arrived one evening to Kanchi temple, brings out a packet of holy ash secured from Mahaperiyava from his pocket and hands over to his parents for smearing on the child. Then he keeps a picture of Mahaperiyava under the bed and leaves. That night passed by. In the morning, the boy's health parameters miraculously show normalcy, and there was no heaviness of the coma he had gone through, neither was the memory loss that existed. He even started to eat, regained his memory, and obviously the doctors in the Christian would have been surprised too. It was an instant healing which has happened to that child. That boy has grown up and he is in abroad and he teaches Vedanta also. This was an instant healing which has happened by His Holiness Mahaperyava. Goddess Kamakshi in Kanchi is referred as Varahi, Komala, and Bala. She is also referred as Rajashyamala, who is called as Vishuddha Chakratmika, who grants speech and also the power of oration and the divine knowledge. May Goddess bless you all. Namaste.